So, Jen, it is so good to see you.
Hello.
So now, tonight we're here at the iconic Minton's Playhouse with Steve Carrington. And tell me a little bit about that experience.
Well, Steve is like a brother to me. He's kind of a neighbor because he's also in the Bronx and I'm from the Bronx. And it was just kinship since we first were on the scene back when the Cleopatra's Needle used to be around. And Fat Cat, we used to go and do all those haunts, and I would always be the driver, you know, to make sure he got home okay, falls asleep in the car.
Well, aside from being a gracious driver, you're a pretty phenomenal vocalist in your own right.
Thank you.
And I want you to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, polyglot. I speak about 4 different languages fluently: English, Portuguese, Spanish, and French. Live in Paris and work in Paris and in the Bronx, of course. And I often go to South America and Europe and North Africa and share my music to people. You know, fusion, I like to compose as well.
So now, what are your responsibilities here at Minton's Playhouse?
Well, as a first Afro-Latina female artistic director here at Minton's here in Harlem, what it is about is legacy for me. So every human being that I have graced the entrance of this pathway into the ancestral realm, that's the sacred space that is here in Harlem, it's up to us to retain what innately is America's greatest art form, which is jazz music. So
now you are familiar with the what this space was like and the history of this space. So now being the artistic director here, how important is that, and how does it fit into this historic context of Minton's Playhouse?
For me, it's about the purpose. The owner, Rafael Benavides, always says that it's about communion and community. And also, he says he makes a point of making everyone feel welcome, and every musician has a plate and a place to play. So that how do you say, tradition is still kept. And being on the inside, because it's like always on stage but off stage, to be from this side of the booking aspect is really the most important part and the fundament of what it is to make sure that everyone feels seen, heard, and loved. And that's really what this is about. Communion for the community, to re-educate the audience, to know what is their music here, how it was born here in the United States of America, with the legacy and the rich history that we have by the enslaved people that created what it is to be a jazz artist, and the sound, the fabric of the sounds, and the international aspect of the gumbo of what it is to be here in New York City, specifically Minton's Playhouse.
Yeah, now that we're approaching what many describe as the post-COVID world, what do you think? What's the future of Minton's going forward, and what are your plans for that future?
Well, to be real honest, no cap. A lot of times, it's a rare time, and the beauty of what has happened and transpired with the COVID bright side, glass full, is that a lot of us are here because we can't leave. So it's a rare time, since I remember it, being a New York native, where you have multi-generational musicians of all creeds and colors coming together on the same platform. So we have the pick of the litter, in essence, in regard to what actually gets put onto the stage and what is shared. It's a sacred process, and it's like the church. I used to come here back in the day on a Wednesday night where you find Lillian White and James Carter hanging, like before this was all renovated, you know, and that was one of my favorite things to do. Sugar Hill, you know, gang was playing and all that. And so in regard to that, it's to remember that it has always been about the community. You know, I think people forget about the purpose of the music. It's for the audience. It's for the ritual of what it is, the tradition of bringing people together to celebrate living, and as we say in Spanish, sobreviviendo, to live beyond that which exists.
Jen, I want to thank you so very much for your time. I want to say all the best and all you do here at Minton's. And again, thank you so very much for your time.
Thank you. Merci.